Hotspot fishing. I'm sure you know the pain. Gone are the days of simply casting your bobber against a wall and instantly killing your catches with a fishing rod. Now your options are to either get a big AoE weapon, get a soul whip or flaming flay, or simply be less efficient. Unless you're me and decide to spend hours finding the best, most consistent positions to quick cast from. Catching a sea creature and immediately killing it while recasting your bobber is what I personally like to call quick casting. Is it more efficient than using Hype or Spirit Scepter or whatever? Maybe. If you don't have the privilege of living inside Hypixel headquarters, you might experience something like this. The time between catches is significantly delayed compared to just keeping your fishing rod in your hand. For the record, I don't actually know if ping has something to do with it, but it's annoying nonetheless. It's also just so much more satisfying with so much less effort. And by less effort, I mean pressing one button for half a second longer instead of pressing 5 buttons. It's why I like water fishing so much more than lava fishing, but maybe that's just me. But it's also not as simple as just holding right click. If you're too close, the sea creatures will fly behind you before your bobber comes out to kill it. If you're too far, you'll be fishing slower because your bobber has too much airtime. Different sea creatures also have different hitboxes. Sea creatures with bigger hitboxes are, of course, easier to hit, so precise positioning is less important. But for sea creatures with smaller hitboxes, your position relative to the hotspot, and even the angle at which you're facing plays a big role. But that's delving a little too much into the technicalities, which isn't really the point of this video. If you're interested in more specific information about quick casting, let me know down in the comments and I'll be sure to make another video about it. For now, all you need to know is, underwater quick casting from somewhat directly below is the fastest and most consistent. Quick casting while the player stands right above water level seems to be the second most consistent, but ever so slightly slower than casting underwater. For the sake of simplicity in this first test, this will be the primary basis of the rankings for now. Lily pads are annoying. They completely stop your bobber if it hits them, and just getting onto a lily pad is rough. And if you try to teleport onto it, well, this happens. So, now that you know what quick casting is, let's get on to the point of the video. I'll be ranking every Bayou hotspot from best to worst, depending on how viable they are for quick casting. Now, let's get right into it. These hotspots at the upper pond are by far the best. They are the only hotspots with deep enough water in the bayou to quick cast like this. The hotspot here is better since it goes directly over this basin, meaning there's easier access. This hotspot is second only because it's further away, so you need to be slightly more precise with where you cast, though calling it precise at all is already blowing it out of proportion. In third place is this hotspot right here, with at least 4 spots to quick cast from. Here, 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 and here. And this spot in particular, as you can see, has a pretty good amount of real estate. You can fish from here, or from behind this log if you're feeling spicy. Really, anywhere along this bank is pretty good. Personally, this spot is my favorite, and I think it's pretty interesting seeing where people prefer to fish from, so definitely try these out and let me know which one's your favorite. In fourth place is this hotspot right next to the previous one. Also in the center of the bayou, there's a good amount of spots to quick cast from, such as here, 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 and my personal favorite, here. If you do fish from here, just be sure to watch out for the lily pads. And if you fish from here, you can have your bobber bounce off the block right in front of you so your bobber doesn't overshoot the hotspots. Coming in at number 5 is this one right here. There are 4 spots to easily quick cast from. Here, 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 and here. If you're fishing from either of these 2 spots, just watch out for this lily pad right here. The hotspot extends to either side of it, so just cast your bobber either to the left or to the right. The reason I don't suggest this spot is because it's right next to the void. At number 6 is here at the waterfall with 4 spots. Here, 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 and here. If you have a keen eye, you might notice this spot is actually a block above the water. But it's at a really nice angle where if you cast your bobber downward, you'll still be able to quick cast efficiently without the bobber going outside the hotspots. In 7th place is this hotspot with 3 spots here, here, and here. Do keep in mind this spot is relatively close to the void. Personally, I haven't lost any sea creatures at this specific hotspot, but just be sure to go more inward if you catch anything that moves around a lot. Number 8 is this one right here. Again, right next to the void, so be careful. But there are some nice quick casting spots here, here, and here, which is actually pretty interesting. I didn't even know about this one until I started doing more testing for this video, but I do think it is pretty neat. 9th is under the bridge with 2 spots here and here. There is a good amount of real estate over here, but I wouldn't recommend fishing from this direction because, yeah. 10th place is in the cave with 1 spot here. You could also quick cast from the lily pads, but like I said before, lily pads are pretty annoying. And like the last hotspot, there is space here, but it's right next to the void. Even more so since you're fishing from this angle, where your back is directly against the edge of the island. Number 11 And last and certainly least is this hotspot. There are quite literally no comfortable spots to quick cast from except here. You are only one block into the water, so it's not too bad, but depending on your angle, you might miss some sea creatures with silverfish, endermite, or
chicken jockey
hitboxes. All other decent angles are too far away to be viable in my opinion, and the area around the hotspot just feels so cramped. In the bayou, there's always 2 hotspots active at once anyway, so really there's not much reason to fish here unless you want a specific stat from a hotspot, or you're treasure fishing, in which quick casting doesn't really matter. And that is based on my own testing and completely biased decision making. Is this the most optimal method of fishing? Probably not, but to me, it's absolutely the most satisfying. Honestly, I don't even think I'd enjoy fishing as much as I do if not for quick casting. So I figured, hey, want to make a video about an incredibly niche tech, if you can even call it that, with bare minimal effect on the game outside of personal preference. And now here we are. Again, if you want me to go further in depth on quick casting and any niche mechanics behind it, let me know in the comments below and I'll try to make a follow-up video about it. So, with that said, thank you all for watching, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.